With wishes for a very happy and prosperous new year, I, Aishwarya, welcome you all to this edition of Midday News. Let us start the bulletin with the top headlines. Rajya Sabha Deputy Chairman wishes for a new beginning for the upper house in the new year. Hopes the differences will be overcome to address important legislations. Centre's bonanza for the common man, a reduction in GST rates on 23 goods and services, including movie tickets, TV and monitor screens notified. "100% household electrification achieved in 25 states. 2.39 crore households connected since the launch of Sabha scheme in 2017. New Chief Justices of Andhra Pradesh and Telangana High Courts take oath, swearing-in ceremonies held in Vijayawada and Hyderabad respectively. And veteran Bollywood actor-writer Kader Khan passes away at the age of 81. He breathed his last in Toronto after prolonged illness on Monday. The top story this afternoon: in a New Year gift to consumers, the government has notified reduction in GST rates on 23 goods and services, including movie tickets, television and monitor screens. The consumers will pay less for these items of common consumption as the incidence of goods and services tax on them come down with effect from today. The GST Council on 22nd of December had decided to cut tax rates on 23 goods and services, including movie tickets, television and monitor screens and power banks, and had exempted frozen and preserved vegetables. The council had rationalized the 28% slab and restricted the highest slab to luxury, demerit and sin goods, besides cement, large screen TV, air conditioners and dishwashers. And in more good news for the consumers, LPG prices have been cut by 5.91 rupees per cylinder on Monday. The 14.2 kilogram subsidized LPG cylinder will cost 494.99 rupees in the national capital from Monday midnight, as against the current price of 500.9 rupees. The prices of the non-subsidized LPG have also been slashed by a steep 120.5 rupees per cylinder. It will now cost 689 rupees per cylinder in Delhi instead of the earlier 809.5 rupees. Now, this is the second straight reduction in LPG rates this month. On 1st of December, subsidized LPG price was cut by 6.52 rupees per cylinder. And the centre has said that 100% household electrification has been achieved in 25 states. 2.39 crore households have been connected since the launch of the Sabha scheme in 2017. According to the Ministry of Power, now only about 10.48 lakh households are left to be electrified in 4 states of Assam, Rajasthan, Meghalaya and Chhattisgarh. The ministry says that these states are also taking all concerted efforts to achieve a target of 100% household electrification. The Minister of State for Power and New and Renewable Energy, R.K. Singh, congratulated all these states for achieving this Herculean task. The Pradhan Mantri Sehaj Bijli Har Ghar Yojana, or the Sabha scheme, was launched in September 2017 to achieve the goal of universal household electrification in the country by 31st of March 2019. And on to some other news. As many as 577 districts across the country have been now declared open defecation free, out of which 56 districts in Uttar Pradesh and 51 in Madhya Pradesh were declared ODF. Now, this was informed by the Ministry of State for Drinking Water and Sanitation in Rajya Sabha. The ministry has also conducted the National Annual Rural Sanitation Survey 2017-18, according to which 95.6% of the identified villages were confirmed to be open defecation free. And in more good news, agricultural credit flow has increased by 57% to 11 lakh crore rupees in the last 4 years. And interest subsidy has also increased by 1.5 times to 15,000 crore rupees. In a written statement in Parliament, the Agriculture Ministry said that the budgetary allocation to the agriculture sector is raised by 74% in the last 4.5 years to increase productivity, reduce cost and prioritize crops with high value. The ministry also expressed confidence of doubling the farmers' income by 2022, for which minimum support prices of 24 crops have been raised by 1.5 times of the production cost. 546 farmer producer organizations have also been constituted, and for landless farmers, the joint liability group has been increased from 6.72 lakh to 27.49 lakh. And the government has infused about 11,000 crore rupees capital in the 4 public sector banks to enhance the lending capacity. The infusion in 4 PSBs include UCO Bank and Syndicate Bank. Now, this is part of the 28,615 crore rupees capital infusion to be done in about half a dozen public sector lenders. The recapitalization would enhance the lending capacity of these banks and help them come out of the Reserve Bank of India's prompt corrective action framework. And the latest Reserve Bank of India report shows improvement in the asset quality of banks. Now, gross non-performing assets ratio has declined to 10.8% in September 2018 from 11.5% in March 2018. The net NPAs ratio also witnessed a fall at 5.3% in September 2018 as against 6.2% in March 2018. The RBI said in its financial stability report. However, the gross NPAs of state-run lenders improved to 14.8% in September 2018 from 15.2% in March 2018. Private sector banks saw gross NPAs falling to 3.8% in September 2018 from 4% in March 2018. The Telecom Regulatory Authority of India, or TRAI, has given time till 31st of January for consumers to select channels of their choice under the new framework for broadcasting and cable services. In March 2017, TRAI had notified the new regulatory framework for broadcasting and cable services and had re-notified it on 3rd of July 2018, prescribing the implementation schedule. All service providers were required to complete the preparation for migration to the new framework by 28th of December last year. However, in order to facilitate service providers to migrate to the subscribers from old to new framework without causing inconvenience, TRAI has extended time till January 2019 for the smooth and interruption-free migrations. All the existing packs as well as plans and the bouquets to the subscribers will continue uninterrupted till 31st of January this year. The new regulatory framework for broadcasting and cable services will provide freedom of choice and give consumers direct control on their monthly bill for television services.
Broadcasting has to compete with the digital platforms. Pricing innovation will be extremely key because if they don't do that, it will be very tough for broadcasting to keep up with what is happening on the digital front with YouTube, Netflix, Amazon, and so on.
The centre has approved the release of 1,146 crore rupees to Tamil Nadu for the people affected by the cyclone Gaja. The cyclone has claimed 46 lives and has left a trail of destruction in over 10 districts of the state. The approval for the financial assistance was given at a high-level committee chaired by Home Minister Rajnath Singh on Monday. Earlier, on 3rd of December last year, the central government had released more than 3,000 crore rupees as an interim relief in order to support the affected people of Tamil Nadu. Finance Minister Arun Jaitley, Agriculture Minister Radha Mohan Singh and Vice Chairman of the Niti Ayog Rajiv Kumar also attended the meeting. The newly appointed Chief Justices of the Andhra Pradesh High Court, Praveen Kumar, and other judges were sworn in today. The swearing-in ceremony was held at the Indira Gandhi Municipal Stadium in Vijayawada in Andhra Pradesh in the presence of Chief Minister N. Chandrababu Naidu and Governor ESL Narasimhan. On the other hand, Thotathil B. Radhakrishnan took over as the first Chief Justice of the Telangana High Court. He was administered the oath of office by Governor of Andhra Pradesh and Telangana, ESL Narasimhan, at the Raj Bhavan in Hyderabad. The separate High Court for Telangana came into existence following the division of the High Court at Hyderabad. On to some other news, the National Investigation Agency conducted follow-up searches today at 5 locations in Amroha in connection with the Islamic State module case. 10 people were arrested on the suspicion of being members of the Islamic State-inspired group, allegedly planning suicide attacks and serial blasts targeting politicians as well as government installations in Delhi and other parts of North India. The accused were arrested from various parts of the national capital and Uttar Pradesh after searches were carried out on Wednesday. Now, those arrested were produced at a Delhi court and they were sent to 12-day NIA custody. They would be produced before the court again on 8th of January. In midday news, we'll take a very short break here. We'll be right back with more news.
What to expect in 2019?
The world is changing constantly and India has to be flexible in 2019 to take care of its interests, but at the same time to make sure that our main area of action would be in Asia.
So Congress is our bulwark for promoting our interests. We need to concentrate a lot more on Capitol Hill in 2019.
How do we manage the spreading Chinese influence and how do we work it out with smaller partners in a way which is not seen as intruding on their sovereignty but at the same time protecting our interests? It's a thin, it's a narrow tightrope act.
Ghata, one of the oldest and most unique percussion instruments of southern India. You can play it not only with your fingers, but palms, wrists and heels as well. You'd be surprised, but the air inside the ghatam reverberates, creating the musical notes. 5 elements of nature, earth, water, air, fire and space make up the composition of this beautiful musical piece, which has found an apt place in most of the ancient books.
Veteran actor, writer Kader Khan passed away following prolonged illness at the age of 81. His son confirmed that he passed away in Toronto on 31st of December. Now, Kader Khan was admitted to a hospital in Canada and his son confirmed that his last rites will be conducted in Canada itself. He was in hospital for the past 16 to 17 weeks and had slipped into a coma in the afternoon yesterday. Born in Kabul, Khan made his acting debut in 1973 with Rajesh Khanna's Daag and has featured in over 300 films. He wrote dialogues for over 250 movies. Before becoming an actor, he had written dialogues for Randhir Kapoor Jaya Bachchan's Jawani Diwani. As a screenwriter, Khan frequently collaborated with Manmohan Desai and Prakash Mehra. His films with Desai include Dharamveer, Ganga Jamuna Saraswati, Kuli, Desh Premi, Suhag, Parvarish and Amar Akbar Anthony, and films with Mehra include Jwalamukhi, Sharabi, Lawaris, Mukaddar Ka Sikandar. The actor's screenwriter was at the peak of his career in the 1980s, 90s. And there is no headway in the rescue operation of Meghalaya miners who are trapped in a rat hole mine on the 18th day of the operation. On Monday, Indian Navy divers once again entered the flooded mine but said that the search would be feasible only after the water level inside the shaft is reduced to a safe diving limit of 30 meters. The Indian Navy has also requested the district administration to assist in dewatering so that it comes down within the safe diving limits. Besides the personnel of the NDRF and the Navy, SDRF, as well as civil defence personnel, 21 men of the Odisha Fire Services have also joined the rescue operations. 15 miners are trapped in the mine since 13th of December. All the weather updates now. Cold wave conditions continue to intensify in parts of North India. The minimum temperature at most places in Kashmir Valley and the Ladakh region plummeted, with Kargil experiencing the coldest night of the season so far at minus 17.2 degrees Celsius. Cold wave conditions in Rajasthan affected normal life in parts of the state, with Mount Abu recording a night temperature of minus 0.5 degrees Celsius. Delhi, meanwhile, continues to battle a severe cold along with the toxic air as well. The authorities have warned that the quality of air will reach emergency level today if additional local emission, particularly from bursting of firecrackers and burning of fossil fuel, continues. And the world welcomed the new year with lights, colors and fireworks. Yesterday, people were out on the streets through the night, many battling chilly weather to welcome the new year. The festive spirit giving the much needed warmth. From Delhi to Dubai, from New Zealand to New York, the world cheered on as the clock struck midnight and a new chapter begins, a chapter filled with hopes and new expectations. President Ramnath Kovind, in his message in New Year, said that May 2019 bring joy, peace and prosperity to our families, to our country and to our beautiful planet. Vice President M. Venkaiah Naidu in his message said that let us collectively resolve to dedicate ourselves towards building a peaceful, prosperous, inclusive and sustainable world. He wished that may the year 2019 bring peace, prosperity and happiness in our lives and make our country progress on all the cherished goals. Prime Minister Narendra Modi also greeted people on the new year. In a tweet, he said that he wished everyone happiness and health. And Deputy Chairman of the Rajya Sabha, Harivansh, has also wished for a new beginning for the upper house in the new year. He hoped that the upper house will be able to overcome differences over important bills and conduct meaningful deliberations over them to get them passed.
जो गुजर गया उसको छोड़कर हम नई शुरुआत करें, तो अब तक सदन में हमने अनेक महत्वपूर्ण विषयों पर माननीय चेयरमैन द्वारा मंजूरी दिए जाने के बाद भी चर्चा नहीं की। कम से कम नए वर्ष में हम मिलकर देश की समस्याओं के बारे में एक आम राय बनाएं, चर्चा करें, काम करें, बहस करें, सरकारी बिल भी पास करें। बिल्कुल यह संदेश न जाए कि जिसे अपर हाउस कहा गया, जिसमें ऐसे लोगों की कल्पना की गई जो बहुत गंभीरता और गहराई से सदन को चलाएंगे, वहाँ पर कोई कामकाज नहीं होता। तो मैंने यही अपील की। मुझे उम्मीद है कि नए साल में नई शुरुआत होनी चाहिए। कि पिछले लगभग 2-2.5 दशकों से इस देश में जो एक हालात बन रहे हैं, उसे लगता है कि जो पार्लियामेंट के सबसे इम्पॉर्टेंट, जिन्हें हम टेम्पल कहते हैं, उन इंस्टीट्यूशंस को कैसे और इफेक्टिव और प्रासंगिक बनाया जाए, कैसे उनको उपयोगी बनाया जाए, कैसे वे काम करें और जनता का विश्वास उनमें बना रहे, यह हमारे सदन के सामने चुनौती है। यह सिर्फ चेयर के सामने चुनौती नहीं है। और मैं कह सकता हूँ कि पिछले 2 दशकों में जो लोग भी चेयर पर रहे हैं, वो किस तरह की कठिनाइयां सामना कर रहे हैं सदन को चलाने में, ये पूरा देश देख रहा है। पर एक खूबी यह भी साथ है कि पुनः कठिन परिस्थितियों में सब मिलकर एक साथ रास्ता निकालते हैं। मुझे उम्मीद है कि इस तरह से जो भारत के अंदर एक ताकत है कि जब भी कोई चुनौती आती है हम मिलकर खड़ा होते हैं, वो हमारी प्रवृत्ति, वो सोच, वो समझ, वो ताकत प्रभावी होगी और आने वाले वर्षों में हम भारत को बहुत ताकतवर, प्रभावी और बेहतर बनाने में अपनी भूमिका का निर्वाह कर पाएंगे।
And Rajya Sabha Secretary General Desh Deepak Verma also extended New Year greetings today to the employees of Rajya Sabha Secretariat at a function in Parliament House complex.
तो मैं आपको आज नववर्ष की बहुत बहुत हार्दिक शुभकामनाएं देता हूं और ये आशा करता हूं कि नया वर्ष आपके लिए बहुत बहुत मंगलमय हो, आह्लादकारी हो। आप इस वर्ष में नई नई खुशियां पाएं, नई नई ऊंचाइयों को अचीव करें।
And our correspondents spoke with some parliamentarians about their achievements in the year gone by and also the aspirations as they enter into the new year. Let's take a listen.
Now again, the Smart City Mission is a 2022 target. And it's a project which only began like the others in June 2015. It takes 15-18 months to set up a special purpose vehicle, to get a project management consultant. But the good news is that it's all alive, kicking and roaring. So it's been a very eventful 2018, and I'm hoping that between now and March of 2019 we step on the accelerator even further so that the visible benefits are there to be seen.
जब देश में बराबरी के स्तर पर हमारी माताएं बहनें आएंगी तो देश का विकास होगा और दो बराबर के कंधे मिलकर जब एक साथ आगे बढ़ेंगे। ये भारत सरकार की, हमारे प्रधानमंत्री जी की मान्यता है कि महिलाओं के सशक्तिकरण, उनके सम्मान को हमें आगे ले जाना चाहिए।
2019 में जो चुनाव होने वाले हैं वो 2014 से आज तक भारत सरकार नरेंद्र मोदी जी के नेतृत्व में जितने काम हुए हैं, जो पूरा अटके हुए थे, लटके हुए थे, ऐसे बहुत सारे काम हमने साढ़े 4 साल में पूरा किया। ऐसा काम और ऐसा तेज़ी से काम करने वाला सरकार हमको आज तक देखने को नहीं मिली।
For my country, I feel very proud. Still, I'm achieve and I give a gold medal for my country all the time. So I feel very happy, enjoying sometime Parliament, and I'm busy all the time in my training and performing. That's great.
And what are the expectations from this year? We spoke to some of the experts in the field of health, education, economy and foreign affairs. Here is what they had to say.
So Ayushman Bharat is one of the biggest achievement which we have. Elimination of tuberculosis, elimination of hepatitis C, immunization against all the childhood killer diseases, and Mission Indradhanush is one of the great initiative of the Prime Minister.
That the coming year will be better. Also because crude has come down, which was a very disturbing factor for us. Dollar, which went up to 74 plus, has come down. It is within 70 now. So we are looking towards better conditions.
पड़ोसी देश हैं उनसे संबंध सुधारना, इस मामले में विदेश नीति जो है बहुत अहमियत इस मुद्दे को देती है। बड़ी शक्तियां जो हैं जैसे अमेरिका है, रशिया है, चीन है, इनसे अपने संबंध सुधारना और अपने संबंध मजबूत रखना ये भी ज़रूरी होता है।
यूनिवर्सिटीज़ एक रूटीन एजुकेशन सिस्टम बन के ना रह जाए जहाँ पे हम किसी और का लिखा हुआ पढ़ रहे हैं या पढ़ा रहे हैं। यहाँ पे हमें किसी को चैलेंज करना पड़ेगा, किसी को क्रिटिसाइज़ करना पड़ेगा, किसी को डेवलप करना पड़ेगा। तो यूनिवर्सिटी को इनोवेशन, बट साइंस में अगर इनोवेशन है तो सोशल साइंस में भी इनोवेशन है, क्रिटिकल थिंकिंग है, न्यू आइडियाज़ हैं। बट इन बोथ द रेल्म्स, सोशल साइंसेज एंड साइंसेज, हमें इंटरडिसिप्लिनरी होने की बहुत आवश्यकता है।
And this is how the world welcomed 2019 with a bang. At the stroke of midnight, London saw an amazing firework display welcoming the new year with the chimes of Big Ben. Paris also ushered in the new year with a spectacular sound, light and firework display for thousands of spectators at the Arc de Triomphe. also did not stop Athens from celebrating the new year as fireworks went late into the night over the Parthenon temple amidst heavy rain. And people in China also held various celebratory events to greet in the new year. In Tianjin, people ate traditional snacks and celebrated with artwork, and interestingly saw cutting-edge drone performance as well. So take a look at these visuals as we take your leave. Thanks so much for watching.
A very happy new year to everyone, man.